Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the channel. My name is Tony. This is the 15-minute gamer, and today we're doing a review for Warpips. Warpips is the ultimate quick to learn but amazingly deep tug-of-war strategy game. Deploy the right composition of soldiers, tanks, helicopters and planes in this tight, streamlined, strategy-focused war game. Compose the best army, research the right tech, overwhelm your enemy. It is currently $7.99, which is reduced from its normal rate of $9.99 on the Steam store. And as always, before we get into the review, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. Hit the like button, leave a comment below because it pushes up their YouTube algorithms. And if you think anyone will find this valuable, give it a share. Right, without further ado, let's get into the review. First up, how does the campaign work? Well, you have a map. You have to get from one end to the other. As you take over an area, it becomes yours. You then have to move on to the next area. You don't have to take over all the areas in the map. Once you click on an area, it'll show you what you're going to face, and then it'll show you what you'll get for taking on that. So it'll be like, right, you're going to get a kamikaze drone, a dog, and a tank. So every time you capture a land area, the enemy strength goes up. This is where a little bit of strategy comes up, because then you've got to go for the risk versus reward. So obviously the quicker you make a beeline for that end point, the less enemy strength they've got, but then the less unity you'll have to take on the enemies on the way. So if you want to take over the whole map, you're going to face a stronger enemy. So there's your first little bit of strategy once you get in there. Before you jump into the match, you have to select what unit you're going to take with you. Bearing in mind, they are consumable, which we'll cover later on. You also have various other kind of units in there as well. So you can take sandbags, barbed wire, oil derrick things so you can make a little bit more money, missile launchers, big cannon things. So yeah, it's not just units that are going to be moving onto the field. There is also auxiliary things to take in there as well. You can also buy extra cards from the arms dealer. You have these like little chip things you get for completing a mission, and there's also an upgrade screen before you go anywhere. So once you're in the game world, the objective is very simple. You've got to go and destroy their base and stop them from destroying your base. Very simple. You don't have direct control over the units as such. Some you do, like the base cannon or suicide drones. You get like a little marker and you can like attack certain areas. You can also place down where, say, sandbags are going to go or barbed wire. The real aspect of control here regarding your units, though, is to choose when you attack or defend. You only get a set period of time to defend or attack. It like ticks down, so you can't just fully defend all the time or attack all the time. In-game management wise, so the things you're going to be looking after while you're playing, you'll make money every so often. Every unit or everything costs money. So say a dog might be 10 money, a jeep might be 70 money. Some things do have a cooldown timer instead, so like the missile battery, once you fire 4 missiles, it has to reload, which takes a period of time. Certain things might not be available immediately. You earn XP as you kill enemy units. You will then get pips every sort of level you go up, you get a pip. And then you can use these to upgrade your unit count, so how many units you got on the battlefield, your money per whatever it is. I don't know what it is, it's just some random thing. You'll get a certain amount of money, so you can upgrade how much you're going to get of that, and the experience of units as well. So the more you experience them up, the better they come. You might get extra bonuses on top of your normal unit. And the final management aspect is there's a bar that moves across the top of the UI, and it kind of shows different stages or waves, I guess you could call them. So if it's like red, they're going to be bad but not too bad. If it's green, sort of yellow color, I'm colorblind, so I don't know what it is. It's kind of, that's when you go for your counter attack and you really push forward. If it's like chevrons, like yellow and black, kind of chevrons, then they're going to attack you full force, so you'll go into full defensive mode and spawn lots of units to defend. So now we know how the game kind of works. Let's talk about some of the pros and cons. I like the graphics. The graphics are very nice. I know they look a bit simplistic, but they do have nice touches. Like the environments look really nice. The way that when you shoot someone, the bodies and ragdoll physics go flying in the air and you see blood. The dogs, the way they run at people and attack, I think there's some really nice graphical touches in there. I like the way units will take cover behind things. So if you supply the cover for them, like a sandbag or there's barriers, they will hide there as well. There's a nice little upgrade path as well, which you don't normally see in these sort of games. I like that. And the risk versus reward is really good. And I did mention consumable before, so this is where the risk versus reward comes in, because once you choose what unit you're going to take in the battle, they are used up. So when the mission is over, everything blows up and that's it. So you lose all them units. So you've really got to strategize what's worth taking in and risking. Unfortunately, this does lead to a slight negative where if you lose the battle, because you lose them units, you might as well give up, because you're generally going to take your best units in with you. You're not going to take your worst units. So once you lose one life, it's kind of pointless. So yeah, it's one of them things. And also the amount of different units are really interesting as well. There's mortar teams, tanks, missile launchers, troop transports, kamikaze, drones, helicopters. There's just loads of different types of units, so it keeps things fresh. And knowing what you could win for taking on that battle, I really like as well. It's not random. And finally, the negative, the balance in this game is just way off. And I know the developers are looking at it and they have said they're going to fix it, but the scaling of your army and potential upgrades don't really match the AI. So sometimes you're just instantly like, how the hell am I going to win this? And as I said, if you lose one, you lose all your best units. So you lose that one and that's it. And because, and I've not mentioned this yet, you only get 3 lives in total, not to complete that area, but the whole campaign. So once you fail just one thing, you might as well just give up and start all over again, because you're never going to be able to do it unless if you've managed to keep something really good in reserve. Problem is, once you're defending or pushing, you're holding the triggers down, you can't do anything else. So you can't then manage any of the aspects of the game when you're trying to manage that. So I think that could do for a bit of work as well, because you need to be able to push and defend, but maybe it could just be one button click or an on and off kind of thing, which I think it could work. I think there needs to be a sandbox test area where you can test units and see what they do, because sometimes you're like, well, what's that? And also I think one of the biggest things this game probably needs is some sort of multiplayer, because 2 players on this would just be fantastic, especially against your friends. Overall, I think it's going to potentially move into something quite good. It just needs all that balance and rework. It needs a few extra options here and there. And I think once they get all that right, you'll have a very good game. And for £10, once it's all finished, done, and together as one package, I think you'll have a lot of fun. So yeah, I recommend it. But I hope I've covered everything you want to know about this game. And if you're going to pick it up, let me know in the comments below. Or if you think it's a little bit rubbish, let me know. Or how you like this review. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.